The most popular Wear OS smartwatch series has its 5th generation. Samsung Galaxy Watch 5 may be all that you've actually wanted from Google's backed operating system, or not. So let's inspect. Hi, good day everyone, nice to see you. Michael is my name, and on the channel we inspect a lot of cool and fresh tech. This is the Galaxy Watch 5, something that you've probably seen a lot of reviews about, and I have the chance to use it since a few weeks already, have collected quite a lot of experience. That, by the way, is the 44mm edition. There's a smaller variation with a smaller screen size being at 40mm. There also is a Pro variation, which is supposed to be tougher, better looking, and obviously more expensive. But since on the inside, the system on a chip, storage availability and that kind of stuff is almost identical, they are about to offer almost the same kind of user experience. And what we do best is to thoroughly inspect the gear, therefore I'm going to highlight all the good and the bad things about this brand new Wear OS device. Thing is that if we think about iPhone users, this doesn't really work with iOS. Together with the announced improvements, Galaxy Watch 5 also costs more than the predecessing 4th generation. Still not quite sure whether the extra money is well worth, but good to keep in mind in case you plan to buy it. Galaxy Watch 4, TicWatch Pro 3 series and Fossil Generation 6 are among the possible alternatives which are offered at similar price tag. But Samsung claims that the new Watch 5 is different. The first attempt to demonstrate this would be the unboxing experience, but I can't really see any difference in terms of arrangement to the previous generation. Everything is exactly as it used to be a year ago. Same design, same box, same way of placing the user guide in the warranty terms, and the same way the charging plate is wrapped. Oh, wait a second, this one is different and terminates at a Type-C port. That's something new. This is the so-called wireless charger, but I do have serious remarks about the wireless charging, and I'll explain in a moment. This is the watch itself. Well, I could quote Samsung's usual marketing inspiration source, namely Apple. Same but different. Different but the same. Well, for what it's worth, there's a slight modification of the sensor stack and extra hole on the left-hand side of the case. Most dimensions and overall look are the same, so I don't feel like Samsung have been keeping their designers too busy in the past 12 months. Quick overview of the specs shows similar condition of the hardware as last year's model. My 44mm device has a 1.4-inch display with 450 by 450 pixels, the Exynos W920 processor, 1.5GB RAM, 16GB storage, military-grade toughness standard, 50-meter water resistance, 410 mAh battery, inbuilt GPS, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, NFC. I don't really have to say out loud all of them because it's more or less a super small smartphone inside the body of a smartwatch. So, the specs. On one side they sound great, but on the other hand, some of them are really questionable because everything that changes from Generation 4 to Generation 5, well, obviously the housing is the same. There's a change on the cover of the top, which is no longer Gorilla Glass, it's now Sapphire Crystal. We have an upgrade of Bluetooth from 5.0 to 5.2. We have 50 mAh bigger battery capacity, and there's supposed to be a temperature sensor, which Samsung say that right now is not enabled. Should be enabled through a software update, but when it comes to promises about future software releases, just want to remind you that when they released Galaxy Watch 4, they promised to bring in Google Assistant, which happened 8 months later. So if I have to wait almost a year for the temperature sensor to be enabled, I wouldn't really feel that great and comfortable purchasing the new generation. So in short, the hardware changes are very vague. But on the other hand, I was pleasantly surprised by the overall software feeling, and while I've been really struggling last year with the Galaxy Watch 4, over here I can share with you about a lot of positive vibes. As a starter, Wear OS has been gradually improving after each and every update with Galaxy Watch 4, so now with the new generation, although the hardware is exactly the same, snappiness is there, and I have to admit, these are the best transitions and animations you're going to see on a smartwatch ever, if we don't count Apple Watch, of course. Scrolling and swiping feels excellent, no glitches at all, no skip frames, close to perfection. At the start, you're gonna go through a quick tour related to the navigation options. Sliding down is for the quick toggles, sliding right to see the notifications, sliding left goes through the main cards. If you slide up, you're gonna see the list with all the apps. I promised you more positive vibes, but I really hate the fact that there still is no option for grid view. There might be some alternative apps to try and do this, but none of them are really well replacing the stock launcher. The scrolling experience through these apps is a genuine pleasure, and Samsung have well mastered the game of lovely looking animations. Each and every section shows up almost immediately, leaving no room for doubts whether the performance is good or great. The default look is quite appealing, and you have the ability to choose among multiple watch faces. They are grouped according to your taste, whether you prefer focus on health, graphics, or classic style. If this is not enough, Samsung generously provide link to the popular watch faces in Play Store. I would certainly recommend checking Facer, which is one of the best apps to get unified access to almost every available Wear OS compatible watch face. It's not a sponsored shoutout, just happens to work quite well. You're going to find countless smart features, and in many ways, this watch can be close to a functional equivalent of your smartphone. You can take calls, especially the eSIM variation may let you do sports outdoors and still be fully connected. You can use Google Maps for navigation, even respond to notifications or emails, calendar app, to-do lists, productivity tools. It's either all there or a few taps away, downloadable from Google Play Store. I should also praise the multimedia functionality because in terms of music, Spotify, YouTube Music and many others are available. If you prefer to play your own music files, just upload them via the Galaxy Wear app. The highlight of Watch 5 is a completely different area though. I think that in the past years there have been numerous improvements of the health tracking ecosystem, and while there's nothing radically changed, I've been amazed by the accuracy and the consistency of the health. Sleep tracking is superb. It has never failed to detect moments when I'm awake at night and accurately measuring the timestamps. Even Huawei Watch series are not yet that accurate in my opinion. Steps counter, auto-workout detection, GPS precision, there are zero remarks that I have about them. Even SpO2 tracking's implementation is getting better, however, it is nowhere near the state we find it implemented with the TicWatch Pro 3 at the moment. This definitely is an area of improvement. The Galaxy Health app is the place to observe all the statistical data collected. If you wear the watch 24/7, you're gonna see a very detailed picture of your body's status, activity and even partially mental condition. Based on all this data, Samsung are offering you some smart recommendations about improving your lifestyle. Although just a smartwatch, if you use it the right way, it can turn into a very powerful tool to improve your life and habits. On top, battery life is significantly improved as compared to last year. I would credit here the numerous software enhancements as opposed to the extra 50 mAh capacity on top of the previous model. This watch managed to consistently give me between day and a half and 2 days per charge, with all the tracking features on, however without always on display. With AOD during the day, it still goes beyond 24 hours, and that's remarkable given the quite poor about battery endurance characteristics of Wear OS. This so far has been the bright side, but we know that Samsung's devices usually have a dark side, which their biggest fans may not notice right away, but it's there. In order to use all the functions of this smartwatch, you're gonna need 5 different apps. 2 of them are plugins: Galaxy Wear, Samsung Health and Samsung Health Monitor for seeing everything. However, the last one is not compatible with other than Samsung smartphones. So Galaxy Watch 5 not only is not compatible with iPhones, but will fail to show its full potential unless you use a Galaxy phone and are comfortable with running 5 different smartphone apps. This, besides being ridiculous, is not really a well-working strategy, because this wonderful piece of tech will fail to become the preferred choice for tech enthusiasts who prefer just enjoying technology no matter what, like me. To the remaining drawbacks, I would add the lack of rotating crown, which now more and more brands are utilizing, the lack of good button customization, and the inability to make adjustments to the inbuilt launcher. My opinion is that the Galaxy Watch 5 is a masterpiece. No, it's not perfect. Yes, it does have some drawbacks, but I think it's the best right now that you can buy from the Wear OS world, and everything that it's supposed to do is doing in a great way. But I still believe that sales of the Galaxy Watch 5 might be struggling a bit, just because it almost has no difference in terms of hardware to the Galaxy Watch 4, which is finally also becoming a really great smartwatch with all these really good and significant software enhancements that Samsung have applied in the past few weeks. So in the end of the day, I'm a bit disappointed that for non-Samsung smartphone users, this watch cannot provide ECG and blood pressure monitoring, and I find it kind of unfair that Samsung try to lock you in their own ecosystem, especially when they try to battle with Apple, but also with all other Android and smartwatch makers. And what do you think about that? Do you think it's fair? Do you think that the Galaxy Watch 5 is finally a great and well-usable true smartwatch? And anything else that you have to share and is on your mind, you can add in the comment section down below the video. As usual, link to the product, more information how to support the channel is placed in the video description area. And I really hope that everything we've covered so far makes good sense. In case of questions, you know how to reach out. Wishes for a fantastic day. See you very, very soon. Bye.